And welcome to the second part of In the Lab this week. We've got JT, the Baron / Doctor, with me today. How are you doing, JT?
Very good, and yourself?
I'm doing well. We're looking at the Team of the Week, Hope and Liberty, and he's going to be playing that up against the Transition Zones, Isaac, playing Triple Rings. So Triple Rings versus Hope and Liberty this week. JT, what's kind of the crux of this team? How's it supposed to function?
Well, there's a lot of when-fielded effects, and so we're taking advantage of the fact that Worth can use any of those. As long as that character is in the field, when you field Worth, you can use one of those abilities. But really, we're looking to try and abuse Heroic in this case and get caps +4/+4 for both him and Angel.
Yeah, looking at it, Captain America, when he is heroically paired, gives +4/+4. Angel giving +2 defense. Well, you may pay a shield to give Angel and his partner +2 defense, which it looks like you do have a few shield characters, including this Maria Hill. So why this Maria Hill?
Well, she actually lets me add Angel or Cap to my roll at the beginning of my roll and reroll. So if I didn't draw Worth or I don't have another way to trigger the heroic pairing, then she can actually give that to me.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and start the game. You got the first roll here.
Okay.
What are you looking at for this first turn, more than likely?
I definitely want to try and get some ramp going, pick up a character. Because I've got Resurrection, I don't need to be all masks. I can actually do it with shield, so this will work. I can actually pay 2 for Psylocke, and then I can resurrect and then save the mask for PXG, and that way I'm still rolling 7 dice on my next turn. Should be good to go.
And then we're looking at Triple Ring here. So what's your thoughts on that team?
This could be painful. He gets pretty aggressive pretty quickly, so I need to work on getting some characters in the field. But Guy Gardner is going to hit hard if he gets the Lantern Ring out and is able to swarm with some kobolds. He can do a lot of direct damage pretty quick, and he's got the pump of anger issues. So if he's getting something through, he's going to be able to swing pretty hard.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually got 2 pumps here. He's got Anger Issues, which is pay fist to target character gets +1 attack, and then Invulnerability as well, paying bolts. So he did go ahead and purchase the Lantern Ring. This being a new card, real quick, we'll go over it. Continuous, which means it remains on the field. While active, when your characters attack, they deal 1 damage to target player for each energy type in your reserve pool that matches their type. Now he's playing with looks like a variety here of bolts, shields, fists, but he does have the Iceman to kind of fix that in terms of using the global to get the bolts for the energy on that side. Now you got Psylocke there, so that's a good first start, right?
Yep. So actually here, I think what I want to try and do is pick up probably Angel and try and continue to ramp some. So I know I'm going to need the shield, I'm going to need a bolt and a mask. Really, this is all I want to reroll. That shield will work. So I can field Psylocke and my sidekicks for free. I can Blue Eyes one of my sidekicks and pay a shield to pick up Angel. And then I can resurrect to put another die in my prep area, and I'm still going to be able to PXG. So far, so good.
So yeah, Resurrection, again, pay during your turn. Once during your turn, pay a shield to draw a die from your bag and place it in your prep area, which is a great ramp mechanic. It's also a great bag clearing utility, right?
Yeah, so if you're able to maintain perfect ramp, you can time when you refill your bag. In this case, I'm not quite there, but that's okay. It's still pretty useful.
So it looks like he's rolling 5. What do you think his route's going to be? He did buy the ring to start with, so where do you think he's
I think he's got to go Guy Gardner. I think probably the Miriam is really just there to move characters over if he gets there. I'm not sure he will. I think he's just going to go kobolds and Guy Gardner and get these fists coming at me fast. Now he might try and go Ring of Magnetism Wonder Girl. We'll see. I'm not exactly sure, but We'll see what he
Right,
does.
so we're looking at Wonder Girl. While Wonder Girl is active, when a Teen Titans character die is targeted, you may choose an opponent's character die as the new target for that effect. And we did see this in part 1, Patrick combining that with Ring of Magnetism, where you place this on Wonder Girl, allowing her to be forced to be the target, and then redirecting to your opponent's characters. So definitely a great combo in terms of locking down your opponent. But he did want to go ahead and purchase Guy Gardner, so he's got one component of that aggressive attack in his used pile. We'll see what he's going to do with the rest of this. Again, he could resurrect, and it looks like he is going to. So we are going to see that clearing of those dice. So again, the benefit being the out of play section now is not included in that dice pool, and then his dice bag is refilled. So when he does pull, it's only going to be what was in that used section prior. So you went ahead and PXG.
Yep, and I'm back up to perfect ramp now. I should be able to just pull all this down and in. So this turn I definitely want to try and pick up Cap and get him in the bag to make sure that I'm going to be able to get him fielded next turn. I'm actually alright with doing Blue Eyes to do it. Better save. Shield. This way, if I reroll all this, I can get some energy and hopefully Angel. If I don't get Angel, I'll get the energy I'm looking for. So pay a fist to field Angel, field the sidekick. I think this will work. I could pay a bolt to Blue Eyes the sidekick, pay these 3 energy for Cap. I'm not quite going to have perfect ramp, but I got a pretty good shot at him, so I feel pretty good about that.
Well, in terms of what you purchased, could you have done instead of using that mask, could you save the shield and do what we were talking about prior with the resurrection?
I could. I think against the aggression he has, it's the 1 extra die is going to be important.
Okay.
You know, if you look at it, I'm going to have just a 20% chance of missing Cap because I'll have 5 dice in my bag when I go to draw. So I feel all right about it. Cap's fielding cost is a TFC of 5, I think. So having that extra energy could be pretty useful.
Yeah, looking at it, it is 5. So he went ahead and PXG'd on his turn, or on your turn. So we should see his pull. You wouldn't attack at this point, right? Because
no, I want to get Cap's effect.
No, just to clarify for everybody, heroic, the way that works is it's as the character is fielded, they gain that ability, but it does resolve at the end of the turn. So the +4/+4 only remains on the 2 characters during that turn of being fielded. So,
yeah. It's until the beginning of your next turn. So if I didn't attack, I would have, really big blockers as well.
Okay, so it does continue. Got it. So he did have the Guy Gardner potentially in that turn, did not roll him, but he is going to re-roll. It looks like he has a ton of energy there.
Yeah, and nothing big to buy, really. So it'll be interesting to see what he does with all this.
All right, so he did get the power ring, or the lantern ring, and Guy Gardner. The lantern ring is going to deal that damage equal to the type of energy every time that character attacks. So right now he's got 3 fists in his reserve pool, which is definitely going to be beneficial on his side when he does attack with that Guy Gardner. But Guy Gardner does get a bonus though for each other attacking character, so he's not going to get that portion of this. So looking at it, what do you think his next purchase should probably be?
If I were him, I'd actually purchase the anger issues because as big as he can make Guy Gardner, he knows he's going to have the direct damage. I'll just pick up another one, sure. It'll do it twice as fast.
Yeah, the nice thing about that too is that Guy Gardner with that ring, even if he doesn't roll the actual face value or face of the character side, he still gets the bonus if he has the Gardner out on the field and attacks with it of the lantern ring.
But he could have gone Mary Riem and then used Iceman's Global to just fill his reserve pool with bolts.
Yeah, it does look like he's got 2 options for that on energy type to really be effective. So he's going to go ahead and keep that character. He passed priority to you. You're going to go and PXG.
Yep.
Do you see any need to really get to remove Guy Gardner, or are you just going to jump block if he does attack?
I will probably jump block and take the damage. He can't ramp because he's got just fists. So, and
right.
this might be the Guy Gardner that has to attack. So
It does, yeah. It does have to attack each turn. So looking at it, so you're going to take 3 off the
Yep.
power ring. And chump blocking that's going to give you an additional die for your prep, which will definitely help if you get that Captain America out to help field him.
Okay.
So we probably will see then heroic pairing on this turn.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get it. Which is
That'll
pretty
make
exciting.
his Angel a 7/7, and Captain America will become a 9/8. Now with
Yeah.
Guy Gardner out in the field, he will be able to block one of those.
Wow, I re-rolled and got the same thing. Okay, so we'll field the sidekick for free. I will pay a shield and a bolt to field Cap and activate heroic. Get the +4/+4. So I think really the key here is if he wants to block and not take the damage, that's fine. I need to let him, but I can pump a little bit and still ramp and get that character back next turn. So
Do you think either way you go ahead and pump with those fists? That's going to be the plan, whoever he doesn't block?
yeah, I think so. We'll let him block and then I'll pump whoever's getting through. And
So again, that's going to be a 7 against his 4/4 Gardner. So he's going to go ahead and block the 9/8, pumping Gardner with the 4 additional pumps using invulnerability and anger issue, getting it up to an 8 attack. So you're going to be dealing 7 potentially. So you're going to go ahead and pump.
yeah.
All right, so that's 9 damage, putting Isaac down to 11, and prepping that Captain America, which is great for his ability when he's fielded, and leaving you with the 2 ramping or 2 energy left to ramp with PXG.
Yeah, actually, his ability is while he's paired up. So even if I fielded Angel, when fielded Angel may pair up with a different heroic character. So if I field Angel, then he and Cap are paired up, and Cap's effect pushes over. Fielding either one is really sufficient, but we should be good to go either way. As long as I get character faces, I'll be all right.
So it looks like he did get the level 2 Guy Gardner and a sidekick with 3 energy to boot. With that energy, the Guy Gardner effect would keep the fist. Yeah, there he goes. To make sure he does deal at least that 1 damage to you. Do you go ahead and block here if he does attack, or do you go ahead and let it through?
Yeah, and actually, I need to block with Psylocke so I can knock out his Guy Gardner. I kind of hope he attacks with a sidekick too. I don't think he will. I think he'll save the blocker. So, but we'll take 1 direct damage when he attacks with Guy Gardner, since he has to attack, and I can block him and knock him out. Even if Psylocke comes up energy, it's more energy to field Cap if necessary. If Psylocke comes up a character, it's possible I could pay 2 masks to knock out the sidekick there and potentially swing for lethal.
Right, yeah, you're definitely going to have enough to clear out and get perfect. You have perfect PXG right now, so
Yep.
you're definitely going to see that Angel next turn.
I think he's waiting for me.
The downside to this Guy Gardner is that it is forced to attack each turn, but it does give benefit, giving +1 for each other attacking character. So it is going to be, he does decide to attack with a sidekick, 4/2. Looks like, yeah, he's just going to go attack with that.
All right, well, go.
All right, so you got the 2 characters you needed, and now
So far, so good.
it's a matter of getting that Psylocke in order to pretty much win the game up. All right. So
Bummer.
Yeah. Now with that energy, you go ahead and you field both those characters. There's no globals that really allow you to get those characters through, but you do have plenty of pump. What do you think? What's your next move? Do you purchase or?
No, I think I can make it lethal. So right now I got 9-9 and 7-7, and I have 4 pump. So even if 4 pump would make either one he lets through lethal. So I think that's all I need to do. And he can't distraction back. Let me pass priority so he knows that's where we are, but pretty sure we're good to go. I'll attack with everything just to ensure that I've done my math right. But
all right, so again, we're looking at a 1-1, a 9-9, and a 6-6.
Oh, 6-6. It's a good thing I did. I had the math wrong. Yeah. Shoot.
Now let's say he does block that 1. He blocks your highest value, so that is going to be 6-7 damage.
So I can pump the sidekick. So that the sidekick's a 5-1 and an angel is 6-6. So that's 11. And that's lethal.
All right.
Good game. That's fun. I was worried. That Gardner does a lot of damage.
We didn't get to see Worth in action, but I know you talked about him being kind of an alternate way to really get the Captain America and Angel heroic ability in play against this kind of team. And it looked like you didn't really have too much to go up against because there was no really control factor to hold you back from just being aggressive each turn. I mean, is there other strategies in this team in terms of if you did go up, say, up against like a control team?
Yeah, so yeah, exactly right. Well, if he had gone to like Wonder Girl and Ring of Magnetism, say, then I wouldn't be able to pump my own characters with his globals. So I'd have to go towards the removal of Umber Hulk. That way, I'm not targeting anything. Had he gotten Wonder Girl out and Ring of Magnetism, I could target Wonder Girl. Well, I'd have to target Wonder Girl if I use Psylocke's effect, and then he could redirect it to one of my characters. So that really negates Psylocke. So you need something like Umber Hulk in order to try and do that. And really that's the reason Stealth Ops is on this team. So if you have a Lord of D ring or a Wonder Girl ring, if he doesn't redirect Stealth Ops, that character becomes level 1, and you can use Umber Hulk to remove it. Worth would have been my next purchase if I couldn't have gotten lethal this turn. I definitely had the energy to pick him up and maintain PXG. But in order for his ability to work, you have to have that character active. So you really want to pick up the characters whose abilities you want Worth to use first, and then go to Worth. So if he had more blockers or another way to mitigate some of this damage, like a Mara Global or something like that, then Worth would have been my next purchase, and we'll try and just cycle that way. He gives a lot of flexibility. So if you field him, you get to pick which of your when fielded effects you want to use.
Right, and it looks like you do have pretty much a plethora of options here: the Psylocke, the Angel, the Captain America, even the Umber Hulk if need be, to try and remove those characters again if you don't roll it the first time. So definitely a great matchup here. Thanks to both our players. Thanks, JT, for demonstrating what the nefarious geneticist can put together. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Check out the reservepool.com to see more articles about these teams. And we'll see you next time in the lab.
From my heart and from my hand, why don't people understand my intention?